exercise in modeling, consider the ways of being and habits of your parents. Ways your parents were and the habits that they had. But understand now, some of us might have grown up in communities where the community helped raise us. Right? Aunts, uncles, everybody become your parents. Write down here how you may be identical or opposite to your parents.
No in between.
No in between. And I know we don't like to say we are just like our parents. Okay? I said that often enough until I realized I was just like my father. So, do that. Also, write down the effect this modeling has had on your success or on your lack of it. Sometimes because we learned early and our parents or the significant caretakers or significant people in our lives when we were growing up told us that hard work will not kill you. We don't work smart. We work hard. And we could have accomplished more if we worked smart. Or get a job, and so we got the job and became enslaved to the job, so we never really could see ourselves starting the business that was a part of our earliest dreams. You see that model? They had a job, they worked, they built a house, had a family, everything is set. That's what they were comfortable with. But that soon became your model of success. And so you settled rather than reach for that which God had put in your heart. Also wanted to consider specific emotional incident you experience in relation to success. Can't talk right now, but usually the emotional tend to be more difficult. You might be going up the ladder and somebody said to you, you ain't gonna ever be the boss. So you might as well settle for where you are. And you could literally punch the life out of that person. And you felt that. We're going to write down also how that incident may have affected your life currently in relation to success. While you're thinking that, I share a story with you. I was 7, well, I wasn't quite 7 yet. I was in Junior 1, which would really be grade 2. I played around in Infant 1 and Infant 2 and got a grip of things when I went to Junior 1, grade 2, and really did well. I remember reading, spelling, and math. And I remember getting above 90 in each of those. But I used to get into so much trouble at that school that my parents decided to change school. So we were taken to another school outside of the village. And because I was not 7 yet, they put me back in junior 1, grade 2, when I should have been in grade 3. And I remember crying for like 3 weeks. I would look across and see persons who also left the school that I came from to this new school. And because they were older than me, they didn't get as good a grade as mine, but they were now in junior 2, which is grade 3. I remember crying so hard. But there was a resolve that happened out of that. That I need to do so well that I'm going to catch them up. And you know, I never catch them up. But what did that do? Huh? I didn't catch them up. So what did it do? Study methods?
Went back.
I rebelled. That might be one. It became my motivation. Remember now, my intention was I'm going to work so hard that I catch them up. I surpass what I was even experiencing. And sometimes you might use another person as a marker. But when that marker keeps moving forward, you exert more effort in catching up. And before long, guess what? You end up being hooked. You end up being hooked. So write down what the incident may have, how the incident may have affected your life, because that very experience I go back to often enough. Because the person I am today is also very much influenced by this. Okay, programming for success, right? Remember that? FEAR. And we know what fear means, right? False evidence appearing real. Want to reverse it. So instead of F meaning false, it should be focused. E, evidence being engaged. A, assess instead of appearing. R, re-engage instead of real. When you have fear of moving forward to accomplish that which you feel within yourself, this is my passion, this is where my calling is, this is my vocation, this is what I was made to do, this is my purpose. And everything else that people are telling you can't do it. First thing you need to do is focus. Bring all your resources together. Think it. That's your mental. Feel it. That's your emotional. Know it. That's your spiritual. Bring all of those together into this focus so that your physical self has no alternative but to follow suit. It's an intensity of focusing that will help you to accomplish the task that is before you. But when you focus, sometimes things might get awry. There are some persons who have become stuck focusing. But if you're not engaging the particular circumstances that might be in your way, you need to be realistic about this. If I want to move from here to there, I cannot allow other things to derail me, right? So I not only need to remain focused, I need to be engaged in where? the end game, not the incidentals. And sometimes, instead, take a business. Sometimes you need to put together your business plan before you begin to seek out how you're going to fund your business. You have to declare your mission statement before you can even begin to seek funding, because some persons will tell you, if you don't know what your mission is, I can't put my money behind your business. I cannot help. In other words, then what is your what? What's your
Mission statement.
your mission statement? Brother John used it. Used the G word. What's his goal? What's the end game? What's the goal? What's the result? That's where you're moving. So you have to be constantly engaging the end, but at the same time, you have to pause long enough to do assessment. Can I do this in a different way and accomplish the task that I want? And it has to be realistic. After you do the assessment, you have to re-engage again. It's hard work. And sometimes you're not willing to do the hard work. And because we're not willing to do the hard work, we give up. Because we fear we might fail. But a lot of us are also afraid to succeed too. We talk a lot about fear of failure. But there's also fear of success. You think that's possible?
Yeah.
All right, how is that possible? Christopher.
Success brings up more challenges, more responsibilities.
More challenges and responsibilities, and what else? Huh? Accountability.
Energy, I guess.
You need more energy, so you have to do more. So greater demands will be placed upon you. And sometimes we don't want to succeed because we don't want those greater demands or those greater responsibilities either. But understand now, fear is an unconscious process that manifests physically. Something happens to you when you're fearful. You're either going to run out of here or you're going to stand up and fight. What happens when there's nothing to fight? And you find yourself just standing up here? Because a lot of persons end up standing there and not knowing what to do because now there's nothing to fight. That's the particular blueprint that they have. I have to fight this. But who am I going to fight? What am I going to fight? To what end? The best thing might be to get out of here. So when you begin to think in terms of the fear of failure or even the fear of success, fall back into focus, engage, assess, and engage.